Guys, I finally figured it out. I know that since this season has started, we've been feeling like there was something missing, right? But with this episode, I've come to the conclusion that what we were missing is finally here. And we weren't missing action or drama or like a good script. What we were missing, of course, was Lizzo! Hi y'all, Snarky J Cosplay here. I know that I usually do some really in-depth reviews. I do recaps and I love to find the little Easter eggs and teach you guys stuff. But honestly, I'm gonna keep this one brief because I feel that Disney is just hell-bent on wasting my time. I'm not gonna continue to waste your time. Not when an episode is this big of a wash. Episode 6 of season 3 of The Mandalorian is some of the worst TV I have ever watched, and it is actually one of the biggest wastes of time ever produced with a Star Wars label slapped on it. For the non-spoiler part of this review slash rant, because I know that's what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know my rating for this episode, which is a 2 out of 10. Despite the fact that I feel the entirety of this season has been completely subpar and weakens the legacy of the previous 2 seasons, after last week's admittedly better episode, I was very much looking forward to this Wednesday. And once again, I had my hopes completely dashed because Disney is more hell-bent on ruining the legacy of Star Wars, disappointing fans, and making the series an absolute toy-selling cameo fest with little to write home about. I have never fast-forwarded through any piece of Star Wars content, and yet I found myself so tempted to just skip through to the end. That's really all I can say without just getting into what the episode actually was. So with that being said, let's get into the spoiler part of this review. From this point on, there will be spoilers for episode 6 of season 3 of The Mandalorian. You've been warned, wink wink. Last week, when we were all stoked to finally be getting some real plot, it seemed like the episode was going to go in the direction of figuring out which Mandalorians saved Moff Gideon from the justice of the New Republic. We do in fact open this episode with some coolness from those Mandalorians that used to run with Bo-Katan. Once again, we see Casca Reeves and Axe Woves. They're basically mercenaries handling business, except the business in this case is rescuing Amon Calamari, who has run away. So we just get like a really poorly acted out alien version of Romeo and Juliet in the first 2 minutes of this episode, which already had me gagging. But I was on board for the Mandalorians. So anyway, the whole point is that these Mandalorians live on this other planet, and Bo-Katan and Din Djarin need to go to this wealthy planet in order to recruit them for the whole taking back Mandalore thing. And it seems like that would be what this episode is about, right? Because that's what they set up in the first few minutes, and that's what they promised with last week's episode. But this episode has nothing to do with that for a whole 30 minutes. It's kind of a repeat of that episode with the Doctor, except it was way more f***ing irritating, because what we get in this one is a wild goose chase about droids. And our buddies Din Djarin and Bo-Katan Kryze are sent on this super fun, very Terminator droid goose chase by 2 really likable people that I've been missing in Star Wars, Jack Black and Lizzo. Like, I'm not even kidding. I don't mind Jack Black. I'm not even gonna talk about that one, but Lizzo? What did Disney do? They heard the complaints about everybody that didn't like Megan Thee Stallion showing up and twerking in She-Hulk, and they thought, you know what would be an even better move? Put Lizzo in Star Wars. That wasn't what I thought The Mandalorian needed, but I guess we got her. We got Lizzo. Lizzo's a canon thing in Star Wars. If you thought you were gonna get away from her and her shallow ass dance music, now there she is. She's a real part of Star Wars, and you can appreciate Grogu flipping into her arms. This whole episode very much feels like they thought, can we just throw our whole budget into making stupid droids and hiring celebrities that really have no reason to be here? Lizzo, Jack Black, and Christopher Lloyd, you know, Doc Brown from Back to the Future, he's in this too as like an evil droid scientist. It doesn't matter. The whole point is that Din Djarin and Bo-Katan saved this planet from droids gone rogue. And then in the last 10 minutes, Bo-Katan and Axe Woves finally meet up again. They fight each other, and Axe Woves dogs Bo-Katan for not having the Darksaber. And because Disney is so cowardly and has no better resolutions for this show, they have Din Djarin figure out a loophole in that when he got captured by that weird creature like several episodes ago, I don't even remember remember which one it was. He dropped the Darksaber, Bo-Katan defeated that creature, picked up the Darksaber and returned it to him, so therefore the Darksaber really belongs to her. And that's it. Bo-Katan is the rightful leader of Mandalore because Din Djarin handed her the Darksaber through a technical loophole. We got Jack Black and Lizzo, and that's it. I'm not doing Easter eggs on this. I'm not gonna go into a full recap. To me, this episode was a waste of 45 minutes, and all it is proof that Disney has zero respect for this show or anybody watching it. That's all from me. I've been Snarky J. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and feel free to let me know your thoughts on episode 6 of season 3 of The Mandalorian in the comments below.